All right, guys, welcome to this evening's Unstoppable Branding Experience webinar. It's really great to have everyone on the line tonight. I'm actually gonna let me see what I can do here. I'm kind of hiding out back here tonight. Yay! What's happening? Yay! Hi, guys. So great to have you guys on the line tonight. Wow, I'm kind of hiding in the back room right now. We Brian and Hanalei in the front. I got a lot of stuff happening, so I'm like, I'm just going to go hide in the corner in the back office. But really great to have you guys here. I'm super excited to actually share with so many new people our workshop. And there's actually a lot of new people on the line tonight that are going to be joining me that are coming from a lot of different companies. First off, my name is Rhonda Swan. If you guys have never met me, I've been in the industry for quite some time, and I'm going to go through that tonight because tonight's going to be a really fun call. I'm going to teach you guys as much as I possibly can when it comes to branding yourself. And I'm going to really distinguish the difference between what branding really is and what many people think branding is. And then I'm going to share with you guys what I go through and what I cover in our workshop, and to see if our workshop is going to be something that you would like to join me at. I know there's actually a number of leaders in our industry that have sent, let's see here, there's a lot of you guys here, awesome, that have sent a number of people here tonight because your leadership team is actually paying for you to come to my workshop, which is super cool. So make sure that you know those details. I don't know all of them, but you guys will. But at any rate, I'm going to go through everything that we're going to do. And I want to welcome you guys and thank you for being here because I have an absolute passion when it comes to new marketers and new people coming into this marketplace and being so ultimately confident with who they are and how they can present themselves in the market. And I love sharing it. I love sharing you my tips, my fun stuff that I love to go through. So we're going to do just that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kick my face off of here so guys don't have to just stare at my face all the time. I'll pop back on, but it's so good to see you guys. Hey guys. Oh, there's so many people that are here tonight. It's really good to see you guys. Jeremy and Shay and Terry and Terry Weigel. Well, I've got past students here, so I might have some of you guys, if you stick around tonight, to jump on out and really share what your experience has been in our workshop. Because if you guys don't know me now or haven't followed me or watched my videos, I'm super passionate and I really love connecting with people that I work with that have the same passions as I do about their business, about their life, about reaching their goals, whatever it might be. And I get really connected to you guys. We work really close together, especially if you decide to join my workshop. I work really closely with you guys. So I've got students that come constantly, just come back because in my workshop, especially, everyone is a student. Once you're a student forever. So you can always come back and always learn. But I do these free branding webinars at least once every month. After my 4-week workshop ends, I do another one just to engage you guys, to kind of give you some new info. And then if you guys would like to join us, you certainly can. But I'm going to teach you tonight. Okay. So let's get to work. All right. I call this a workshop, not a listen shop in in our world, the way we like to talk in our class. So okay, so let's get rocking and rolling, guys. Again, here's my crazy family. Right, we are currently in South Lake Tahoe. If you know much about my family, we've actually been traveling now over 4.5 years. It'll be, goodness, 5 years coming up in just a couple months, 5 months, 4 months. So a little over 4.5 years. But we are in South Lake Tahoe, California right now because we've got so many things happening, and we're just really pumped to be able to actually be in the States for a little longer before we head out of the U.S. and go into Spain. So this has been our shenanigans. We've been having so much fun here. Snow's almost gone, but it's a really fabulous place to be. In fact, this is my little girl, Hanalei, and Brian. This was this last year in Christmas time in San Diego. She's my why, right? My family is every reason why I do what I do, and it's also the reason why I began to get really clear as to what I wanted in my life. And so 8.5 years ago, when I actually decided to become part of the internet world, that little person was just a twinkle in our mindset. But she's really the drive and focus why I do what I do every day, and why I am so committed to the people that I work with, because I know many of you have families and you have goals and you have bigger and greater aspirations, and I want to help you get there. And so this class tonight's gonna be a lot of fun, because a lot of people get started in the internet marketing world and are like, I feel crazy. I feel like, what do I do? In fact, I could probably ask a lot of you guys right now on the line that are brand new. Have you guys, how long have you guys been in the internet space? If any of you guys have this feeling like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I've got blogs, I got ebooks, I got people, I got this, I got this, I got social networking, I've got all this stuff to share. How do I really do it? I feel like I'm totally in learning overload. Have you guys even gotten to that point yet? Some of you guys are like, yeah, we have. I get it because I've been there. In fact, I've worked with a lot of people that have been there and keep coming back because they keep getting back in that hook and in that stuck moment of what do I do? And so, what I love to do is really help you guys put your mind at peace and allow you to really get completely relaxed and connected to what's really important for you to not only generate leads, of course, but really to connect with your audience and to create customers for life. And that's what I am in business for doing, right? Is creating customers for life and creating a brand that allows people to just always want to know what we're up to and always want to see what type of things that we are doing. And I want you guys to be recognized and identified as that. And so I want to help you guys put your mind at peace so you're not really going crazy with all this stuff because we can get really focused and help you guys get super duper focused on, what is what's going to be important for you to start with and where do you start. So let me give you guys a little background because there's a ton of new people here tonight, which I love. It's great. I love seeing brand new faces because that means that the word is getting out about the workshop. I don't market this workshop. It's all by word of mouth and by referrals. My students just say, I love this. It's amazing. I think that you deserve to be there. That's why I have other leadership sending their teams to my workshop because they know the value. In fact, there's a lot of different companies out there that are really heavy on blogging and they're teaching you guys amazing ways to blog. And it's one of the best ways to really create customers for life. And so I love to piggyback off of that for so many reasons because it's so valuable. But what happens is you don't always get that personal touch when you're learning how to communicate, how to blog, or how to write great posts, or really how to engage your audience. So that's really why I created this workshop. Now, again, I've been in this industry for literally over 8.5 years. I have been extremely successful in a number of different companies. In fact, top income earner in most every company that I've ever been part of. And it's because I have a huge passion. And of course, we are a big passion for traveling since we have been doing it for now 4.5+ years. And we've built a brand that's actually been recognized all over the world. Now, I know probably a number of you guys have seen the Unstoppable family, everything about us. A lot of you found us that way. And we started actually creating this brand really when we started traveling because I identified a couple things. I'm going to share with you what I identified with and how that can help you. And we've been recognized all over the world. Literally, we've walked around the streets of Panama, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen you on the internet. You're the Unstoppable family," right? We have been featured in the book, "The Art of Nonconformity," which that's the gentleman in the middle, Chris Guillebeau, amazing man, and he really promotes people that take their life on their own hands, however you decide to do it. And we connected with him, and he really loved our story, and he really loved the branding. He loved the branding of what we did and how we were always in front of people and how they recognized us. And it's a big thing to be able to be recognized around the world. Now, I don't show you this slide to brag, but I do show you to really not impress you, but to truly impress upon you guys the value, the stages, the people, the caliber of people that I have spoken with, that I work with directly. We've spoken the stage of No Excuses Summit. In fact, we'll be there again this next week in Las Vegas. These are big names that you guys probably all know, and I don't have to, push them on you, but I want you to know that we've been so connected with this group. When you're in this industry for long enough, you really gravitate to the strongest minded people in the industry, and that's something that I love to do, and I love to bring all the value that I've learned from all of them, and really bring it to home. And so that's why I love this workshop more than ever. This workshop actually was started about, I don't know, a little over, almost a year and a half ago when I was asked this question. And many of you guys, let me ask you if you are starting over. How many people are just brand new in this industry and are literally just starting? Okay, a number of you guys. Let me scroll down. Let me see. Okay, a lot of you guys are just starting. Some of you guys have been here before. And yeah, there's a little hand that you guys can push up. Some of you guys, I just saw hands pop up. You'll see that little hand. If it goes green, I believe that means that you're putting your hand up, or red means you're putting your hand up. But at any rate, that's what I was asked. I was actually asked this question at an event I was speaking at, and I said, well, what do you mean? What would I do if I started over? We actually did have to start over after starting 8.5 years ago. I started the industry, literally learned. It was like a complete mind like toss. I was going crazy. I felt like I was shooting, in the air, hoping something would stick, throwing arrows at one marketing scheme, one way, one this. I mean, it was crazy. I started by myself. My husband, Brian, many of you guys do know. Was like, you're nuts. Why are you starting in this industry? You have a big, master's degree. Why would you even dare consider it? And my vision was strong. And so I had actually learned it all on my own. And I did. I learned it on my own. We had a kind of well, I like to call it a vanilla style brand. It wasn't powerful enough, but I learned how to market. So I allowed myself to push myself forward. But what happened is when I was asked this question, when I was speaking to a large crowd, I said, wow, we actually did have to start over. And a lot of you guys might know this story, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we did have to start over. In fact, a little over, well, it's almost been 5 years ago, we were part of a really yucky real estate scam, and we were frauded, and we actually lost everything that we had. We literally lost, 5 homes, cars, you name it. We literally lost, everything in this deal. And one great thing was, guys, is that I had a business. Now, most of you guys are in, not if it's network marketing or in direct sales, you're in internet marketing. Some of you guys, I have a couple brick and mortar in here, which is really cool. But what happened, guys, is we did have to start over. And because we had a business structure, right, didn't require a lot of overhead, I was able to, Brian and I actually, because I retired Brian about, I don't know, 9 months after getting started, and he became my partner, of course. But we were faced with, how are we going to get ourselves in front of everyone when we don't have a lot of money to market? And this is why I love branding. I love working with brand new people, because so many people start and say, I don't have a huge budget. What can I do? How do I get started? And I tell you what, you can really get started by truly branding yourself in a way that allows you to be more connected through your core message, and stop selling, right? Because people get totally repelled by selling. I always say that stories tell, right? And the facts sell. So if you want, or I'm sorry, stories sell and the facts tell. So if you want to really start relating to people, we help craft a story that really turns into your brand. And that's what we did. We used our story, our losses story. We created the Unstoppable Family brand, right? And I just started sharing my story. I started connecting with people, which then started to create an audience. And what I found is that, wow, this really works. And so how can I duplicate this and show other people how to go from start point to go point if they just take action and get really clear and connected to themselves? And so what I want to share with you guys tonight, because I'm going to start teaching you guys some stuff here, is that you're in the right place tonight if you guys really do want to learn how to have people sold before they speak with you, or even have people just join you because they really dig who you are, right? Creating a brand that really does ooze who you are, and help you become recognizable, and also really truly understand the power of your story. Now, I've got a lot of students here tonight that I have been working with for almost a year now. Several of them have been part of my workshop continually, because we really start digging deeper into that storyline that helps you be identified. And that's something that I really am passionate about. So, what I'm going to go through tonight with you guys, since there's a lot of brand new people, I'm going to stick to really a lot of the basics, but you're going to learn some stuff tonight. Even if you've been here before, you're going to get what I'm talking about, and really how it can apply to your business right now. Even if you, are brand new, old, you're going to be able to use some of these little techniques and some of the sharing that I'm going to offer you guys tonight. And then you guys, if you decide, hey, I want to join this workshop, awesome. I'll show you how to do that. I think a number of you guys are already enrolled, because your leadership team have already enrolled you in my workshop, which is really fun. I'm like, wow, I have like 10 people already in my workshop, which is super cool, because I only take about 22 to 25 people, depending on the workshop, the style of who's coming in, because I customize it to you. So, okay, so let's get rocking out here. So I want to show you guys a couple brands, of course, that you may recognize. All right. And many of you guys know, Dagan, Matt, possibly Jay Budd, Vincent Ortega Jr., a really good friend of mine. And these guys have all identified themselves. Now, were they always successful? No, they weren't. But I do know this: every one of them started to create and identify themselves with one core message, or if you want to call it more like a brand. And I'm going to share with you what a brand is and what a brand's not, because a lot of people think it's your imaging, and it's not. But I'm showing you these images for a reason. So you can understand that these guys, Matt Lloyd, I knew Matt Lloyd, before he's making millions right now. His company's just booming. He just got done with Fiji, which is, I'm so proud of this guy. But I coached him when he couldn't even make one sale. And so now he started to really establish who he was, and he just stuck with that. And these brands, the way you stick with who you are and share your core message all the time, it becomes recognizable. I know Vincent, literally within the last 6-8 months, has really become known throughout the marketplace because he really started branding himself, identifying consistently with who he was. And now he's becoming, extremely successful in this industry. Same thing with Jay Budd. He's just a powerful guy. He stuck with who he was and he kept at it. And now he's literally become one of the most sought after marketers in our industry, for coaching as to really how to get to that point. And then of course we've got Dagan, who's just hilarious. And that was his brand. When I knew him 8 years ago when he started, he was literally, that was his image, and he stayed to it. And it really became something that connected with him. Now, I love working with personal brands more. Certainly brands are really all just about you and how you connect to people. And so I'm going to go through these slides for a couple minutes here, because I want you guys to kind of get connected to why you would brand. Okay. And why is your leadership, or why you considering, just starting to think about branding yourself? Well, there's a couple really solid reasons. Okay. Certainly your brand and the way you communicate consistently and congruently in your message, and through your videos, and through the way you post, and the things that you do, separates you from the crowd. You can be like everyone else, but everyone else is like everyone else, right? So when you become in this sea of marketing and this sea of internet marketing, guys, you have to become identifiable. Okay. You have to connect with your audience differently than your current audience is, or the current marketers are connecting to them. You want a way that stands you out in front of everyone else and establishes your relationship right with them. And so what I love to do is really help you guys begin to craft your relationship, and we help you guys create your storyline and really understand what values you have to bring to the table. Because what happens is when you start to connect with your audience, you create a customer for life. And I'm really serious about that. I've got people that I've worked with for years, 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 and more years that continue to come back to what I'm offering. They follow me through different companies that I may go through, and I don't jump around at all, but there are some reasons why you have to sometimes. And it's because of the consistency that we have. So I like to help everyone really learn how to become ultimately consistent and just be targeted and have a direction, right? Because a lot of people that start in this marketing world, they're like all over the place and they have zero direction. But when you have a focused direction, now you know what to share, how to share it, and who to share it with, right? And that's so vital. How many of you guys right now are like, yeah, I think this sounds like a pretty cool idea so far? You're getting connected to that, right? Because how important is it to get connected to your audience? Yeah, awesome. Okay, good. I'm like rolling through here. Good. A lot of you guys are like, yeah, absolutely. It's vitally important for you to get connected and your audience to know who you are. So you're directed. You know every day what should be done, not only on a marketing standpoint, but really on a consistency and a congruent through of your brand and your core message standpoint. All right, so let me get a little bit deeper in this, okay, guys? All right, so how many of you guys right now would consider yourself being branded? I know there's a number of my current students here, and most of you are already branded, or you're working on it, right? You're getting there. But do any of you guys right now really think of yourself as having already a established brand? I know that our Terry's here. I know Victoria, you're really getting yours nailed down, which is super cool. Let's see, I've got a couple other. I know Edward, we're going to really complete yours. Okay, sort of. Got it. Okay, good. Some of you guys are like maybe a little bit. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what always happens. Everyone gets here. They're like, sort of. I'm almost there. And when I mean, are you branded? I don't mean really just a fan page. Certainly, fan pages are going to be something you guys will want, but it's not just a fan page. I mean, I truly mean a brand and something that you can stay connected to and focused on to allow your customers to really connect with you. So let's dig a little bit further because I was saying this earlier, brand is not your advertising, it isn't your marketing, it's not really the logo. Now, I know a lot of people think it's that, but it's so much deeper than that because when you start to establish your brand and your congruency of what your message is, your brand really becomes you. All right. Your brand becomes you. Okay, it's not the money you've made. I know I had a couple people before. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's not about you, walking around saying this is the kind of money I've got." No, your brand is really about you. Okay, it's about it oozes. Always like to use the word ooze because it does. When you have a brand that you are so connected to, everything about it oozes you. Okay, your confidence comes through, right? It's your values. It allows your customer to understand what to expect from you. And it really makes you so marketable. I love that, Pat. She's like, or I'm not sure if Pat's a male or female. It's where I live in me, right? It's so true. It is everything that has to do with you. And so many people think, oh, it's my image that I say, it's the logo. Well, we'll get you that. That part will come, and that's kind of like almost last. We almost do your imaging last, but your brand really becomes who you are. And now many of you guys, like I've got some really great friends in this industry that do really well. But they don't talk necessarily about, I got here because of all the money I've made or, because of my marketing plan. No, a lot of them got there because they got connected to who they were and how they could connect with their audience or how they could assist their audience the best. And see, what happens is so many people get lost in all this marketing and they think, oh my gosh, I'm lost in all this. Well, certainly you have to drive traffic to websites. You have to bring people to you what you have to offer. But in order to do that, you have to have a following. And so I want to show you guys and share with you how you're going to create a following because your brand can be obviously here. I love this. What can be branded? Well, everything is branded, right? Even religious images are branded. I mean, people become branded and you see it all over the place. But more importantly, again, it's more about you. It's more about getting really clear with you. And actually, I'm going to love to have a couple people jump out here because I love right now. Some of my students that came out just recently that were, did get branded and it was totally different for them. They weren't branded in who they were in the beginning and they started to really learn how to do that. I love it. Would any of you guys that are part of the workshop now jump on out, just kind of give a really quick 30-second share as to, what you've learned differently when you started in the workshop and now what you might know, what you learn more so now than you did when you first started. Then you guys want to jump on out here and share that with me. I know there's a number of you guys in the line. Yeah, who's up there? You want to jump on out here, Terry? Terry, or I saw your guys' hand flick up a moment. You guys want to jump on out, put your hand back up. You want to jump on out here real quick? Because I know a number of you guys had some really good, yeah, cool, okay, awesome. Yeah, hey, Terry, are you, yeah, there you are. Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm super. Really, thanks for jumping out here. But just because I want to have everyone kind of hear, I'm going to teach everyone really what we do in the class deeply. But would you mind letting everyone know kind of how it did change for you, Terry?
When I started, I was primary in internet marketing or real estate related,
Mm-hmm.
and with you, we just kind of took it completely different direction and went right into the health and fitness industry.
Yep. And
And
how did it change for you? I mean, I know in the beginning you were kind of like, oh, I'm not really sure how to focus, and now it's like, wow, Terry, you're everywhere.
yeah, I've got my marketing out there pretty much everywhere, and tell them I got to back away, so I'm going to back away. Um, I've got my marketing everywhere. I definitely got some pretty good recognition here recently just by getting my image and my message out every single day. And it's made a tremendous impact on my business.
Yeah, right on. I know you just won an award recently, which is super cool. But would you say then that, really learning a little bit deeper about branding, is it just about branding and the imaging, or is it a lot different?
No, it's a lot different. I mean, it's not just a video. It's certainly not just a logo.
Mhm.
It's about who you are, and I think, like you said, somebody said, "What do you live and breathe?" And people have got that. They got that message from me, and they now associate me with that within the health and fitness industry. And I wasn't there when I started with you guys at all.
No, not at all. You weren't, which I thought it was so awesome. Like, yeah, look at Terry, rock on. I love it. Fantastic. Well, awesome, buddy. I thank you. I'm glad that, things are, and I always love you coming back because I always love to, keep coming back and love you guys around. So keep rocking. I appreciate that so much, Terry.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
right on.
everything.
Absolutely. Hey, we got a double Terry back in the house here. Terry, do you want to jump out of here real quick and kind of share with everyone, what you learned about branding and how it's impacted you guys? If you're
Rhonda, how are you today?
super awesome.
Well, as always. Here's the interesting thing. When I started your course, I had no focus, no idea what we wanted to do. And I jumped into the shiny object syndrome.
Mhm.
One week I was this guy, the next week I was another guy, the next week I was another guy. And five weeks later, we are totally, completely straight on the market that we're going after. And I mean, it is absolutely unbelievable. If people are thinking about, is this another product or another course, I'm telling you, no, it's not. This, if you are concerned about the next step, where to go and what to do, I'm telling you, this course will lay it out. As a matter of fact, Rhonda, we went back through the first exercise that you had us do, and everything that we put down on that, we are not doing any of it today. It's unbelievable.
And that's what usually happens. We always talk about that in the beginning, especially when you're digging deeper. It changes, and that's why we take so much time, and that's why I like. Thank you, Terry. In fact, I just you guys are amazing, and I love having you guys out here. I love knowing that you guys really got some value, because that is what happens. So those of you guys that are here tonight, it's like that. This is how it works. Everyone's like, oh, just throw up a brand and you can just start talking. You got to get even more deeper than that, and that's why I love this, because it allows me to help you guys get really, really connected to really you, right? And to focusing on how you can impact more people. And when you can impact and know who you are and you're focused, then you attract more. And a lot of you guys that maybe even in the industry for a long time, I work with top leaders in this industry because they sometimes lose their focus. They're like, well, I'm kind of like promoting this, I'm kind of promoting that, kind of promoting that. But what happens if they don't have a core, brand and really a core message who they are, then they lose people. And see, my Unstoppable family, I can kind of market and offer a lot of things. And the reason is because people know me. So if I have sponsored ads on the right hand side, and I'm sharing all kinds of different things, people go, oh, that's the Unstoppable family. I want to see what they have. And see, that's what I want to help you guys get to that point, is where people are like, oh, there's the Trailblazers, or there's these guys, or there's you have to really get connected where people go, oh, I know them. And see, when they do that, then they will come after you. Then they want what you have. They will go automatically from just your image or just your name to buying. Okay. And I know a lot of people, I work with everyone in this industry. And some of you guys have automated systems, everything. Every person needs to have an identifiable identity. And so all the top leaders that I work with all have that, and they have to have it because that's how people connect with you. So awesome. I really appreciate you guys coming out, and because it really is important. I want, everyone here is like, okay, this chick could be talking all day long. I want to know if she's for real, right? I want to know if this stuff actually works. And it really, truly, truly, truly does. And I've had so much wonderful successes. Okay, so let me go through this part. And I want to ask, how many of you guys, there's a lot of new ones here. Do you guys have blogs, lead capture pages, or fan pages now? because I'm going to show you guys kind of how to start targeting in those areas. Some of you guys do, most of you guys don't. Okay, awesome. Good, good, good. Okay, so this is the deal. I'm going to go through my 6 steps. I'm going to go through as much as I possibly can in the next 30 minutes and show with you guys, because right now you can take notes right now and start doing this stuff. I've got a pretty neat system that I do in my workshop. I've got a back office and stuff you guys go through. And of course, I go through, countless hours with you. But even those of you right now, they're like, all right, I just want to get this. I want to figure this out now. You can. And so I'm going to go through these 6 steps, okay? And these are the 6 steps I focus on, but we expand so much deeper. But you guys will get a lot of value tonight, okay? So, all right, when you're looking to really establish your brand. Now, I do this for myself all the time. I go through my 6 steps. Well, for me, it's easy because I do a workshop every month. But I go through the 6 steps on my own brand constantly. And the reason why is this. You want to know and make sure that your brand and everything that you're doing is representing, number one, your values. Now, I've seen a lot of marketers at times, they sometimes almost compromise their core values and some of the things that they offer, the way they speak or communicate. And you got to be really in touch with that because your audience looks at you and they see your values. They see your brand, and your brand needs to stay congruent with your values, which is, of course, honesty, of course, transparency, I call it, where you're just flat out in front of people. I mean, I got my face everywhere. I mean, there's no way I can goof with anybody because they know how to find me, right? I can't goof or hang or lie or whatever because I'm always in front of you guys. I will be personal to everyone. And that's my value, is the honesty, as much as my integrity stands strong. And so that value will come through. Just like if you guys are really big on knowledge and value the communication of core competencies of knowledge, right? People are going to see that. You're going to give massive value all the time and updates and newsletters and things that are really valuable to people. And that comes through. Same thing with you value your family, value lifestyle, just like we do, religion, spirituality, right? Fun, adventure, travel. All these things are established through your brand. With the way you communicate, people will know what your values are. So even those of you guys now that have even been part of the workshop, you got to go, okay, again, what are my main values and what do I want to represent in my brand? Because the way you even communicate, right? See, like a lot of companies, guys, you'll get swipe copy, okay? And I love swipe copy because I love when other companies that I'm representing give me the copy. It's awesome and so easy. But then there's times where I read that swipe and I'm like, ooh, that is not how I would say it. And my audience knows it. Okay. So so when you have an established brand, you start noticing what the swipe copies looks and what it says and how you communicate it. Even autoresponders that your companies might offer you. You use them, certainly, because I don't like recreating the wheels, but I do like to make sure my values are represented. So even if you guys right now are in a company that gives you swipe copy, gives you, banners, it gives you, ways of communicating, your values, number one, when you're creating a brand, have to shine through that. So you want to make sure that they are represented in everything that you do. Okay, your congruency is powerful. So the number one most important piece of creating a very unstoppable brand, which I like to say, is establishing your values right off the bat. And I'd love to dig deeply in this with you guys as well. Okay, step number 2 is really what makes you unique. What is it about you that people want to choose you? Now, every person that I work with, they always start with going, well, I mean, I don't have that much special. I'm not overly outrageously special than anyone else. But what happens, guys, is that you really are. Think about it. You are. Like, and I always say this to my students. Okay, what if you found a niche of 10,000 people? Just 10,000. And there's a lot of people in this world, right? There's billions in this world. What if you found a niche of 10,000 people that loved everything you said, everything that you did, and they bought from you? 10,000. 10,000 people is a pretty nice group. And then that 10,000 is going to be similar to you, right? Because your uniqueness is just like them. You attracted them for some reason. See, this is what I love helping people find. I love that you said that, Terry, both of the Terrys, is that you're targeting a group. You know who you're talking to, and your uniqueness shines through because you are different. You might be a stay-at-home mom. You might be a systems guru, drive Harleys, travel, right? Technical, whatever it is, guys, it's going to incorporate into your uniqueness of your brand. And that group that you're going to target, you're going to hit them nail on the head every time, opposed to like a, was it, is it a shotgun that blows like a million little BBs out, right? You don't want to do that. You want to nail it. We want to hit the arrow right in the bullseye every time. And certainly it takes testing, but we want to look at really the people that we are connected to. And your uniqueness will completely shine through. In fact, I love Terry. Your guys' is amazing. These guys are going, Terry, what is it again? What do you guys call it? You can type it in or say it. Parrot Head, you guys are targeting. It's so awesome. What is yours? Terry, if you're, I don't mean to just bring you out here too quickly, but what is the name of your brand again? What are you guys going? I want to make sure I say it correctly.
Parrot Fan Lifestyle.
Yeah, Parrot Fan. Okay, guess what? Terry is not talking to guys that necessarily are technical experts. Well, they might be, but guess who he's targeting? Terry, who are you targeting? Because I love it.
Parrot Heads.
Parrot Heads, right?
Parrot Heads.
Okay, so that's a really broad group, right, Terry? A lot of them are corporate guys. A lot of them are, they got all their span in between, but your commonality is their parrot heads. And so immediately, parrot heads love adventure. They love being outdoors, love having fun. They love drinking cocktails. They love singing, love being by the beach. But see, there's a commonality that Terry found that he's targeting. That's his uniqueness. That's his age group. That is the people that he communicates best with. See, this is what I love the most, guys. We start helping you create not only just a marketing plan, but a video plan, a communication plan, but a targeted brand that people go, oh, I love that guy. Because immediately your visual connection is the parrot heads, right? They see that immediately. And I can't wait to see your new imaging come back yet. Terry, is it done yet?
It's almost ready to roll.
Awesome. So excited to see it because it's so cool to see this, you guys. When you get so connected with what makes you unique, man, you are just nailing it every time. And that's when you build massive lists, massive lists. I'm going to show you guys actually a couple things that I do to help build a list tonight too. That even, I don't know if my students have even seen this. I'm adding some stuff tonight, but it's powerful. Okay. So that's step number 2 is really identifying what makes you unique and then finding your unique audience. Okay. Certainly it can be broad because parrot heads are broad because there's a lot of people in there. Man, he's really targeting. So now let's say, Terry, you begin to do Facebook sponsored ads and videos. You're targeting in your parrot heads, right? They see you. They immediately identify with you. And just because of the sake that it's parrot fans, right? That's what your brand is. Those guys will click on it and they'll come see your blog or they'll come see your offer. I want to just throw as much as in here as I possibly can tonight. Is I have this philosophy that your blog is like your home. And hopefully all of you guys have blogs. If you don't, you're going to get one from me anyways, because I give you guys literally the best, the most customized, and the greatest lead capture blogs in this industry right now. I'm a partner with a group that is amazing, and everyone that joins my workshop gets a custom blog. I know everyone has company blogs, which is great. I know the Empower Network does that, and it's great. But you really need to have your own personal home. And when you have your own personal home, my philosophy is your blog is like your home, right? I'm going to divert because I got to share with you guys. Your blog is like your home. Okay. When people get to your blog, they walk around, they look, right? They look inside your home. It's like you're inviting your friends to a party. So you want to have your home where they know it's your home. So here's your address, right? It's your branded image. It's your address, if you want to call it that. And then they get around, they're like, wow. Then they see you and, you have a video and then you have a place for them to sign into the guest list, if you want to call it that. But they get into your home because it's neutral and it makes them feel good. And they get there and they poke around. They look at stuff that you've got. They read your stuff, or I like to say they look at your images on the wall, right, which are banners on the side. And it's neutral though. See, you're not marketing to people and like attacking them. You're just attracting them, and they're walking around your home like, wow, check this out. Wow, this is cool. Wow, what's this? Right? And they start to see what you have. And see, to me, guys, when your brand in your blog is like your home and you treat it that way, wow, so much more fun stuff happens because then they start clicking like this takes them to one of my offers here, this travel one, this takes them to an offer I got here, this takes them to my branding workshop here. But people get here and they're like, I like these people. So my best philosophy is when you learn how to create your blog and turn it into your home, wow, do you attract people and your marketing works better. Everything works. So what you want to look at, and this is step number 3, is maybe you have a specialty. Now, some people in the beginning don't necessarily identify themselves as having a specialty, but they do have something they can offer. Okay. And so we go through this process, and some of you guys might right now say, you know what, I have a lot to offer right now. And I think that I have a specialty already. Like, we have one lady, gosh, she left my class. She's an inspirational coach. She's powerful, and she created a whole program from it. She's got ebooks. I mean, it's amazing what this woman created, because she figured out what she was good and special at. And certain, she has offers, but she targets now, her offers become secondary. She's the primary. And that's what's so powerful. When you become the primary, why people want to work with you. Wow. Then everything you have becomes, I'm in, right? So your specialty becomes important. And sometimes it's comes out in the beginning. Sometimes it comes out in the end. Either way, it will come out, and you'll really get targeted at it. Okay, number 4. I'm going to race through these guys. I got a lot more to share with you guys tonight, because I want you guys to take as much notes as you can tonight. And of course, number 4, you're going to identify that market. Like I was sharing with Terry, he really started identifying his market. You get really understanding what they do, the needs they've got, and really specifically the problems you can solve for them. See, every market or audience, whatever you want to call them, has a problem you're solving. I always use you, Terry, because it's so cool to use you, because, parent heads, man, a lot of these guys are corporate guys that just love life, or a lot of them may be retiring, right? There's a problem that we need to solve, so for that specific group, it could be, being able to drink more margaritas during the day, whatever that is, right? That's still a problem. And your offer could solve that problem, right? Maybe it's less time, in front of the computer, more time working. So maybe it's automated systems, right? There's certain things that your audience you can target. And we always look for that. And how we do that, especially if you guys are taking notes, if you want to find your audience, look at yourself. If you don't know who they are, look at you. I know Terry actually switched his whole brand around because he looked at himself, what he loved, who he wanted to hang out with, and the people, what they did were like him. See, when you get that piece, guys, it changes. Everything changes. You're not now just marketing an opportunity, you're marketing yourself, and you're talking to the people that already want to talk to you because they're like you. It's like, it sounds so simple, but what happens is, you get a little lost. Everyone's like, just put a blog post up. Just go put a blog post up. Okay, well, what do I put up? Who am I talking to? What do I say? See, this is the stuff that gets missed so many times, because a lot of, companies they're busy, or the leaders are busy. And that's why I love it, because I like call it the last touch, like always last touching everyone. So I know they know where to go with it. All right, so let me see here. So let's move on so we can get through this part. So step number 5 is, now you really want to write out your brand. So tonight, or maybe it's more of like your story as well, you can write out, what do I think I should look like to other people, right? If you're looking at imaging, if you're thinking about imaging, what does it look like? Maybe colors or images. And then what is it that I say as in a tagline that helps people truly understand what I can do for them? I always like to say, you use alliterations. Rhyming is not for kids, it's fun. Rhyming works. Ours is designing a life, not a living. So immediately people know, wow, these people are designing a life, not a living. They are all about lifestyle, and they see it's all about family, and they see my posts are really personal development driven. Of course, here's an image on my wall. Picture I got hanging up in my house, working from no home. We don't have a home anymore. My family travels, right? So everything you do needs to be identified and congruent with what you're all about. So when you can get really clear on that, guys, you can really start crafting your brand tonight. All of you can really start, or go back and recraft and rethink and redig, because it really becomes something powerful that you can represent. And you're going to be different. You're going to be so different than so many other marketers out there, because now you're not just speaking like them, you're speaking like you, and people want to see you. All right. Number 6. Now, connecting with your customers. My medium that I love to use, that I teach you guys on, is all about video. I mean, video, 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 video. So certainly all other social media, Facebook and video are my primaries. And I go through we go through so many videos. My gosh, my students here are like, we do video every day. We do video challenges. What we really do, I help you guys create your story video. Then you create a video series, which you should be doing now. So if you guys want to take some notes, what I should be doing right now, number one is do a video about your story. Under 3 minutes. If you can get it under three, sometimes five, under 3 minutes. And then you also want to start creating a video series. If you have a blog now, if you have a following, try a video series and see what happens. Man, will you start attracting people? You know, sometimes it takes a little bit longer because they have to trust you and they have to see your consistency. See, that's what happens to a lot of people too. They lose their consistency, but your brand is who you are. So you, if you're living it, you will be consistent with it. Okay. And the reason why I use YouTube, guys, is for these reasons right here. Still underused, massively valuable. It's totally underused. 800 million unique visitors come in a month to YouTube searching. Of course, it's second next to Google. I mean, guys, people don't use it because they're afraid. How many of you guys are afraid? I know I have so many people that I've worked with. They're like, oh, video, video, video. But you get used to it. How many of you guys do videos now? Yeah, some of you guys are like, yes. Some of you guys are like, no. Right? But if you don't, you better do. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, start doing video. Pat, start doing video. Because I tell you what, it will freak you out in the beginning, but you will get you'll get used to it, you'll get connected to it, and guess what? It's all about that number one was your values, and it's transparency. People, we are out of that age, guys, where you can hide behind another website. Really, you've got to get connected to you, allow people to be connected to you so that I'm hearing some how is someone unmuted in here? Oh, hi honey. How'd you guys get unmuted? Yeah, you're unmuted, honey. You're bam, muted him. Muted him. That's my fabulous husband, Brian Swan. And many of you guys probably know him. But he was talking to the back. But you know, you have to use it. Oh, you have to use it. All right, good. Victoria's like, as soon as I get my new stuff, I'm going to be in front of the camera. You've got to, because guys, people want to know you're real. You got to know you're real. And you know, many of you guys might be using real YouTube, but really understanding how to profit from it and how to create and structure your video, right? Where people want to click your links. It's so vital, because if you don't know how to do that, you're going to be missing out. You know, and really what to say in videos is so important. You know, what I love to do is my students, we go through this whole content structure, you know, what to say really in your story video, how to bring it down, how to tighten it up, how to create and say words that are really inspiring and make people want to talk to you, right? And certainly how to target them when you're doing a video series. You want to make sure that you're consistent and you're targeting the right groups, right? Because you want people to start following you. And so what I like to do is really show you guys how to go through you know, forums and connect to that audience and be consistent in those areas. So now you start grabbing attention, and then they come, and in your description they come directly to your blog, because in every description of a video should have your clickable link immediately on there. It has to have it. And so there's little tricks you guys can start using that will just totally blow, you know, your competitors out of the audience, because they're really not out of the water, because they're not doing these little things. I'm going to start actually doing a couple of videos as to how to really target headlines and grabby and really get the right keywords down, because it's so important for you guys to know this stuff. And we're in it right now, what I would say is a 2-year window before YouTube becomes saturated. Not that it can be overly saturated, but it's people are turning on to video. It's kind of like when people were doing PPC in Google. Like I did that early on, and now I've not been in Google paid ads for years because it just got too much. And so you want to start really utilizing it and start shooting now, and really you'll be simply easy to rank in page number one. In fact, I have in our back office. I'll show you guys real quick. And some of the students may not even know this all the time, because in our back office, guys, I have Jabril Agoro. If you guys don't know who he is, he's been my partner. He's like my son, I call him, but he's been working with us for years and years and years. He has got some of the most valuable YouTube bonuses in my back office that you will not believe. Jabril shows you guys how to immediately get on page one in YouTube that no one else shares. In fact, we have a story with one of the guys, Randy Lehman, who was in our class. Excuse me. He started using these techniques, and that same day, he went on page one in his niche. It was powerful. Excuse me, I had to cough. And so in my back office here, you guys really get part of, what we do. We have a whole, week's worth. In fact, we've got a couple extra weeks in here that I've added that really help you guys get connected to your video, YouTube, and we have a lot of marketing resources, extra bonuses. In fact, everyone, you guys get so many extras nowadays. In fact, a lot of my students now are able to take a lot of the marketing resources that I offer, have free ebooks to put on your sites immediately. You get everyone that joins will get my branding secret ebook, traction marketing ebook that are really powerful, really great resources for you guys to really start off now. In fact, anyone that joins the next workshop, if you guys want to, you're going to get access right away. So you'll be able to start digging in to some of the resources that we already have. And they're powerful because when you start understanding video, really things begin to click right away. And so these are some examples of, some of the views that we get. And these are targeted views. This is not, I like to call it Justin Bieber traffic. This is real traffic of people that are watching our videos. And, this is a video series I did, Success Tip of the Day. I did it almost for a year. I think I've got like 50 or 60 of these things. But that's what people expected from me for a year now. And I use ARM videos. See this? ARM, not special, just ARM videos. It works. But it really helps you guys get out there and start getting your brand in front of people through video by creating video series. And that's what we work on a lot in the workshop as well, because YouTube is just rocking awesome. It's solid, and it's something that no one else really gets to really focus on as much as using video. And I think it's cool, because when you have your brand in front of people, see in front of thousands of people, your social media, people really get to focus on it. They really start to take notice. So those of you that are going, okay, what can I do right now? All right. So before I go into some of the marketing stuff I want to share with you guys tonight, what you can do right now is start shooting your story video. Literally. Yeah, I was just looked at one of the questions. Pat asks, "Do you recommend a dedicated channel?" Yeah, I do. I have like 10 channels. So I have an Unstoppable Family channel. I have my branding channel, Unstoppable Branding, of different videos that I do. But certainly, you can put most of your stuff under your own personal branded umbrella. But I have like marketing ones. I have the Swan TV show, which is a bunch of crack up, goofy videos, right? I have marketing videos under Swan Franchise. I mean, I've got so many different channels because I started to segregate a lot of the videos that I did. But you certainly can keep a lot under your main brand, and then as you start getting bigger in your marketing, then you can certainly start to break them up because your audience may change a little bit. So what you can do now is really start shooting that story video. Just do it. Talk about yourself, your mission, why you were searching, let's say, even for your opportunity, or what inspired you, or like, for instance, what's your why? My little girl here traveling, and this little girl's life is my why. And so I talk about that a lot, about why I made this decision and how I got to this point. And people love it. They really get attracted to it. So, what I want to share with you guys now, because we're getting to the top of the hour, is that if you guys do want to become part of the workshop, I do walk you guys through a whole 4-week process. It is 4 weeks, full branding, 90 minutes every session, plus the back office. Some people just can't come. They go through the recordings. They dig through the back office early. Some blast through it, right, quickly, which is fine. I do a lot of forums. I have a fan page. You guys can ask questions. I post content consistently so you guys can keep getting your ideas within your branding in front of you. And every single person that comes to my workshop gets a branded custom design workshop blog or website just like mine. It looks like mine, but it's your own, everything your own custom, but it's a lead generation magnet. It really is, because of the way it's designed. And I'm partners with Vincent Ortega Jr.'s company, which is Internet Lifestyle Network, which is amazing. This is their theme. No one else has this theme but them. But this right here, oh my gosh, the amount of leads that I get every day that just come into my house. They want my stuff. I give them some free goodies away. I give them ebooks, which I give you guys my ebooks to use too, so you can have giveaways. I mean, but it's amazing what happens. You guys get a really powerful looking blog, but it's also something that people want as well. So once you become part of the workshop, you get that blog, but then you can also give them to other people, right? Which is cool because you then become a partner with them, and then you can also make an affiliate commission. So you immediately add on a new business offer, which people love because offering these kind of blogs, they see your blog and they're like, where'd you get that from? I want one. So that's why I partnered with them, because they're amazing. He's a great guy. I trust their company. He works with the number one WordPress designer and programmer in the internet, not just our industry, the whole internet. These guys are, people go to this guy because he's amazing, and they're powerful. So, so this is what we do. I'm going to show you a little bit about what we go through, like kind of what our weeks look like. Certainly, I customize everything to you guys. As you bring questions, man, engage people that are engaged. Heck, I think last course we were digging so deep into ebook structuring. People were ready to get ebooks done. So we went through that, how to get your ebook structured, how to get it written, how to get banners done. I have a whole crew that can help you write posts and write your ebook for you if you need them to, or help you craft them. And I have a whole team that can help you guys do that stuff too. So I customize it to you. But certainly, we go through discovering your voice, all the things that we went through, what makes you, how to stick out in the crowd, your message, your taglining, we structure your video content, and certainly we go so much deeper than that. But that's really kind of the basic schedule that we follow. And then I continue to go through anything, all the deeper spots that you guys really need. And of course, I know if I ask you guys, is it exciting? I think it's exciting. Does that sound like it's exciting? Everyone's like, yay, hands up. Yay, lots of hands up. Okay, cool. And oh, yeah. Okay. So Pat asked, if we are fuzzy on brand, do you help us peel the stuff back to dig down to the core? Goodness. Someone else should probably just answer that inside the class. Yes, that's what we do. That's actually why I do it, Pat. Because so many people do come in and they are kind of fuzzy. They kind of get it, but they're super fuzzy. And we get crystal clear. And if you're not clear by week 4, you come back. You keep coming back, or you bring your questions to the forum, and we really help you guys get there, because if I wouldn't be doing it, I wouldn't do this if I couldn't get you clear. And so some people, I call it popcorn. They start popping in the beginning, and then they pop in the beginning, then they end it. 6 o'clock. Yeah. Okay. Terry says totally become unfuzzed. I love it. And that's what happens. You have to get there, because there's so many marketers right now. I mean, I know them, big high-end marketers. They're walking around in fuzzy land. Everything about what they do is fuzzy right now, and they could be so much clearer. And so that's what we do. We help you guys get super duper clear and unfuzzy. Okay. All right, so if you guys want to stick around, I certainly want to share with you guys a couple things on some different ways to do long-term marketing, long-term branding. What I want to do is I want to make sure that those of you guys are thinking, yeah, I think I want to just join this, so I don't want to deal with everything right now. If you want to join me, guys, you guys can go to unstoppablephamily.com/branding right now and join. The workshop is $488. I'll show you guys everything else you're getting. If you already know you want to join and you don't want to wait around, go join now. And if your leader's purchasing everything for you, then I'll know that too. But you can go there now. The 488 includes the 4-week workshop, the back office, everything I offer, including a website as well, a custom brand. But I'm going to go through that in a minute. But some of you guys are like, I already know I'm in. I actually pre-registered a couple people, so I want to make sure you guys know. If you guys want to join, you can go take a look at I have packages and stuff too. If you don't need a website, you don't have to have one. You can just get the workshop for $388. But it's worth getting a really high-end custom branded website. But let me go back to this part, because this is really fun, because I like everyone to really see this, because there's such a difference between when you use long-term branded marketing, like video, blog writing, social media, even Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, all these guys, having branded pages, branded banners. It's such a bigger long-term piece. The more you're in front of people, the longer they are going to stay and be connected with you, because the more they see your same imaging, the same messaging through your blogs, the way that you write, you're always bringing them to your blog, not to random links all the time. That's long-term branding. And when you use your long-term branding, people begin to connect with you better, because the mindset is very different when you have branded style marketing than if you have non-branded style marketing. Non-branded is, kind of supplemental, it's very short focused. But when you're branded, it's more connected, it's long term, right? Emphasis on quality. Your customers become so lifelong, it's targeted, and then you're personally branded. People start to identify you. And the way I like to look at it is it tips the scales. Generic branding, sometimes, you got coins, you're making maybe pennies. When you're really custom branded, you've got great offers, a good system, then you put dollars in your pocket, opposed to, just constantly scratching. And see, this is what I love people to teach. Now, is it instant? Not always instant, but is it going to pay you long term? Yes, absolutely. And that's what we want to continue to teach you guys to do, because your message has to be congruent from start to finish, right? Whether it's your ad copy, the video you use, the landing page they go to, it's got to always be you. Your post on Facebook, if you're bringing them to your blog, that's got to be congruent with your blog. It can't be all wild and crazy, if you're not wild and crazy, right? So we want to make sure that you guys stay congruent from start to finish. And this is the coveted marketing wheel that so many leaders use and they never share. I'm going to share this with you guys. This is like worth, giving me thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars when I figured out what the heck it was, right? What do these guys do that makes people constantly connect with them and always come back to their blogs or their posts? And how do you get 100 likes on a post? Well, it's because you stay consistent. You use your marketing wheel. This is the wheel that I use. I always typically start with video in the middle. And when I do my videos, it always, always, always connects with my wheel. So now you're always consistent. Once I do a video, I know I'm going to create a blog post using that video. Okay. So here's my video in the middle. I always start with number one is my blog. I create a blog post about the video I just did. Okay. So it goes on YouTube. My link goes to my blog, and here's my blog post. So now I have a blog post about this video. Then what do? I share it with my list. I take this blog post, I share it with my list. I share half the blog post with my list. And then on my email, I say, come on over to my blog and take a look at the rest. Read more about my story here. So I start with a video. I create a blog post about it. Then I create an email to my list, and I give them half of it and send them back to the blog so they get all of this. Then, of course, I share it on Twitter, which I share a post, or I might share the video onto Twitter. And then, of course, it goes to Facebook. I typically do Facebook twice. I usually will give Facebook a great post, and then I share on Facebook, connect and bring them back to my blog. So you use your wheel, and it keeps your marketing congruent. It keeps your messaging so congruent, and it keeps people in your circle. All right. That wheel right there has made me so much money because I got so focused on what to do. And it becomes very, very powerful. And that's what really people stay connected with. All right. So so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just share with you guys when the next workshop starts. People are like, when's the workshop starting? Okay. Because I know we're getting the top of the hour, and there's another webinar that begins and just started for so many people. Gotcha. So next workshop begins, guys, Thursday, 2 weeks from today. The May 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern is my next workshop. Now, for those of you guys that do join tonight, that know you're going to come and you want to come, I'm giving some bonuses for those that sign up just tonight only. Okay. And for those of you guys that your leaders are paying for it, typically my mentor says, Rhonda, you're ridiculous. You should be charging these guys a lot of money. But I know, but I want it to be available to everyone. I want everyone to really get this and to be part of it. So I don't charge this. I don't. I should. I don't, because I like you guys to get what I get. So what I charge for this whole 4-week workshop, the whole back office, which includes everything I've shared with you guys, the ebooks, all my marketing, the YouTube videos from the number one sought after guy in YouTube and social media marketing. You guys get all that for $488, and that it also includes that custom branded website. Now, it's really because, of course, like I say, you guys do deserve to get branded. You deserve to be part of this. But what I know a number of your leaders are doing, and I don't know the details. Some leaders are, if you guys are invested at a certain level. Like I have a couple people here with me that invested with me in one of my high ticket programs that I have. They get to be part of this workshop no matter what. If they buy the platinum level with me, they're in, right? If they buy a silver level with me, they're in. So I've got a number of my people that come and join my workshop because they've invested in me and in themselves. I believe a lot of your mentors and your leaders are doing the same. You just have to check out what level you need to be at, and they will send me a message because I work with all those guys. But for those of you guys who are like, no, I just want to be part of it, then it'll be 488. All of you guys are going to get all the ebooks, of course, that are part of my workshop. You guys will also get these bonuses as well. Everyone that joins the workshop tonight will. You can always get Brian's Perfect Day. It's an amazing program. It's available on our Facebook page. My Create Your Financial Empire. You guys will get this as well, including the Mindset of a Millionaire. They're just really good, fun programs and really valuable programs that you guys will get that I give to all you guys as well. But I want to hear from those of you guys that are ready to get branded tonight, because I am allowing those here tonight that are on this line that are investing in themselves, that you guys, if you guys go over to unstoppablebranding.com/branding tonight, you guys are going to get this whole workshop tonight for, let me see. Excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat. Okay, let me find it. Where's it at? It's over here. Okay, so for anyone that does join tonight or purchases for someone on their team, you guys will be able to join here at the 388 level. You'll get 100 off just for tonight. I had some pre-registrants that said, hey, you know what, I'd like to bring someone here tonight. And I said, okay, cool, I'll offer this just for tonight only for 388. You guys can join under that category, because this is what normally it'll be like this tomorrow. It'll be 488 tomorrow. Anyone that joins the next 2 weeks after tonight, it's going to be 488. But you guys can just go under the Be Your Brand section, just tonight only, and you'll get the website included. And I also allow you guys to split it up, which makes it really simple for you. If you need some split up payments, no problem. By the next workshop, you'll just pay that last payment and really just keep you guys on target. But it's 4-week training, 90 minutes each session. You get your WordPress blog installed, all the custom stuff involved, branded banner, all of it for the 488. But tonight only, again, it's 388. So just go to unstoppablebranding.com/branding, or you can go to unstoppablefamily.com/branding. It all gets you there. And then you guys can take a look too. I do have a higher package that some people love because it helps them get sales funnels and it helps them get great stuff, to add to their marketing for their business, just like we have. And so we do a lot of extra stuff for you guys too. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do tonight for you guys. Remember, tonight it's going to be for those of you guys. If you have people that you want to recommend to this tonight, certainly you can let them know. Bring them to the branding page. Let them take a look at it. Let them know that they can get it tonight for $388. But we do start the 23rd. And I'll tell you what, guys, the day that I actually started becoming branded and getting my story out there was the day that my whole business did change. And so I want to really roll that off to you guys. And I stay so connected to the people that I work with that it becomes just a powerful way for us to stay connected and to really make things happen for you and in your business. So, all right, hold on 1 second to sneeze. The allergies are getting me tonight, guys. Wow. All right, so you guys are awesome. I want to thank you guys because I've taken everyone's 70 minutes of your time tonight. I'd like to stay on point. So remember tonight, guys, get ordered. You're going to immediately get access to the back office. You'll immediately get access to everything we've got so you can get started, and then we'll begin the actual live class on the 23rd, and I'll be communicating with you guys in between then to getting you prepared. So all right, you guys excited there? Okay, the link is, you can look right up here, Pat, unstoppablebranding.com/branding. Or if you guys just even go to my website, you'll see here branding takes you there, or even this will take you there to the Unstoppable Branding Experience, takes you right there from the Unstoppable family. But just go directly to unstoppablebranding.com/branding. That'll get you there. And you guys can register tonight, which is super fun and awesome. And I'd love to work with you guys. It's really fun. There's tons of you guys in the line. I'm glad. Thank you for staying and sticking around. Let's see. I think, you know what, maybe there's a question. If you guys have any questions, I'll take just a couple minutes of questions. I want to make sure I get everything you guys need. If you guys have a question, go ahead and put your hand up. Some of you guys had your hand up before, so if it's up now, take it off and bring it up again if you had a question. So I make sure I get you guys. Awesome. All right, you guys are good. You can type it in too. All right, cool. Everyone's like, yay, I'm so excited. Good. Well, I'm excited to work with you guys and to get you branded. And so make sure that you get signed up tonight if you want to get the discount. If not, let your leadership team know, hey, I'm in. I'm either, I want it. I want to get it for me, because you guys are leveling up. Whatever your company has you level up at, your leadership team will let me know. And rock on. All right, guys, have a great night. I will see all of you guys in 2 weeks, but I will be in connection with those of you that are joining me in this next week. I'll be sending you guys a welcome email getting you started. But awesome. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Thank you for your time, your attention. And I'm so pumped for you guys to get branded. All right, have a great one. You guys absolutely deserve it. You guys can find our fan page at facebook.com Unstoppable Branding as well, and interact there. I give tons of content there all the time. And you'll be able to meet our tribe of branded students and rock it out. All right, you guys, have a great one, and we will see you soon.